Hello, welcome to my channel Conscious Growing. I'm Matthias. Welcome to a new video. So today's video is about the physical state while being in recovery. And this is also a very important topic because what's going on is the following. Everybody who's dealing with chronic symptoms, however they are, whatever they are, it is clear that the physical body is building up tensions always because we are scared. We are scared when flare-ups happen, and this kind of inner and outer tension we build are becoming more and more habitually in every flare we experience. And on some level we feel the tensions in our body. When you just lie there, of course you feel these unpleasant symptoms and tensions, maybe on your chest, your shoulders, your neck, the lower back, even in your legs, your thighs, your feet. And therefore it's also important to develop some awareness for the physical body. And there are some possibilities um, to work on that, and there are also, of course, meditations and, for example, yoga nidra is a very helpful um, way of learning to relax the body, and it's important because the thing is that when the body is tensed, this is an alarm signal to the brain that we are in a emergency mode, in a danger mode, that there's still a threat. So when you want to implement all these principles of recovery, means facing the symptoms, means allowing the symptoms, even find some ways of floating through them and giving yourself all the time that it needs. This is already very good. And to float through the symptoms with this kind of image. I'm floating through it, so I feel like there's a flare up and I'm going to tense up, and this idea of I could just float through it is already something that's only the word itself can be helpful. And sometimes this image of floating, I'm floating on a wave, like I float on the wave and the symptoms are happening. So the main image is me floating and not the symptoms do something to me. So this is one of the things. But what I want to talk about today is simple ways of allowing yourself to, and I don't want to use the word relaxation, because I can tell you that when you have this nervous system issue, when you have a hypersensitive nervous system, and when you feel tensed up, relaxation is almost impossible. And here's the point: when you feel so tensed and you tell yourself, or someone in a meditation tells you, relax yourself, then out of this tension and out of this trouble you're in, how you feel and how you sense yourself, you're trying to relax, this will make it even worse because you're trying. And trying to relax will just have the opposite effect. So what to do about this? It is, for example, when you lie down, it's really to allow to sink certain parts. So you don't want to change anything, you accept anything as it is, but you just look if you can. Most of the times when we are in fear or in anxiety, our shoulders are tensed. Okay, so when I'm able to drop the shoulders a bit, to let them sink a little bit. Okay, they can think. And then when I allow this, I already have less tension in my neck here, because when the shoulders are holding, then the neck is also holding. And when I allow my shoulders to sink, then you can see here there is already some relief in the neck. So it's a little bit active, but it's also, let's say you just give it some sort of direction into your body. You don't want to change it. You can say when you lie down, you just use the word sink or sag, as you say. Yeah, the shoulders can sag, and then the whole arms can sag, and the tummy can sag towards the bed or the ground, whatever, and your legs can sag. And you can have just this simple cycle. And you can start with the center, let's say the tummy. The tummy can sag, the shoulders can sag, both arms can sag, and the legs can sag. And that's it. And then you take a breath, slowly out, and you do it once more maybe. Again, the tummy sag, shoulders sag, arms sag, both legs sag. And as I do it here in front of the camera, I feel it works because I get a little bit more calm. I still feel tension in the body, and it's okay, but I feel a little bit calmer right now and a little bit more connected. And that's already something. So, in other words, or the question can be, when do I use it? You can use it at any time. You can use it as just explained while you're lying or while you're sitting, but you can also remember yourself when you are in the queue of a supermarket, and maybe you have done it for a while and you stand there and your shoulders are fixed, and you just can remind, oh, maybe I can, okay, I can drop, okay. And then this already gives more space, because when this is holding, of course, the chest is also holding. It's not only the neck and the head, it's also the chest that's holding. And when the chest is holding, of course, then there's shallow breathing. And so with the dropping of the shoulders, you also allow your, okay, this is not fully on the cam now, but you can see a little bit that when I'm from here allowing, then the chest is also falling, and this immediately gives a deeper breathing, just naturally. And the point is that the pattern of anxiety or the pattern being in the fear of the symptoms keeps us in this, also in this physical protective mode. And it's clear the protection is there for some reason. So we can't force it. It would not work. Yeah, this is the same thing, like the whole process. You don't tell your shoulders one time to drop, and then your shoulders say, "Ah, I understood you," and then they are in their position you ask for. No, this is not the thing. In the beginning, it's happening. It can happen that when you have this moment where you drop, your system is kind of open again, and even this openness can cause some fear. It sounds strange, but it is like this. You have more freedom, but this new freedom is also scary. So in other words, you have to get used to it, and also we need repetition. And repetition, I mean, is reminding every now and then, as I said in this example, in the queue of a supermarket. Okay, I'm tense. Okay, I allow. Okay, I can deeply breathe now. And this already calms my system. And when my system is more calm, I react differently. Because what might happen then, because imagine you're tense like this and you're hoping that it goes a little bit faster, that there are 4 people in front of you and you're waiting and you're hoping that it goes faster. And then what can happen is when you allow yourself to drop the shoulders, to have more ease inside yourself, with yourself, then you might enjoy the moment. Then you might go away from this attention on your body and more to the outside world. Maybe you see some people, maybe you have an interaction, maybe you get a smile from someone, and you see the surrounding. Because here we are just stuck on what we sense, and we hope that this moment will go fast, because we are always tensed. And when we are tensed in this state, we produce more adrenaline, and this adrenaline causes more fear. And then you have fears and anxiety. And if you be in this state in the supermarket, and you go out in this state, out of the supermarket, back to your flat, and you're in there, you say, "Oh my God, I survived it, I did it," then going to the supermarket will still be a threat. But when you learn, oh, okay, I can drop my shoulders, my tummy sag, my arms sag, my legs also sag, then with this kind of repetition, we are writing new pathways in our nervous system, because this is a message of safety we give to ourselves in this present moment. We use a very simple mean to calm ourselves down. Of course, you can do it with thoughts, but sometimes we wonder, why is it not working when I'm saying I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe, and I don't feel safe? Why don't I feel safe? Because when the words just come from here, and the words just staying there, and when it doesn't come to the body, we can't produce a state of safety. The state of safety can only happen when we feel safety. And this is a way of doing it. And then you can use it in every situation, all kinds of situation. But here's the important point. You might have a direct experience. It might work directly, but sometimes it doesn't work directly because the fear in the head is too strong, maybe, and or you're too excited and it doesn't work that fast. But don't care about it. Don't judge the states. Be happy when it works, but when it doesn't work immediately, be sure that it works with continuation. And you can use this, for example, when you have strong symptoms. Because when you have strong symptoms, you can be very sure that your defense mechanisms, in sense of tensing up, will be stronger. And again, don't try to relax yourself, but just do this simple exercise. Just this exercise of the tummy can sag while you're lying, maybe. Shoulders can sag, arms can sag, legs can sag. And I feel okay, I breathe deeper now. Just while I'm showing it, it already works here for me. And it doesn't mean, again, that I don't feel tension, but I feel a little bit more relaxed right now. And what I sometimes experience, that I use this way of doing it, and sometimes it doesn't work in the moment, and I still feel tensed, and maybe I still feel that my thoughts are racing and so on. But anyway, it's a way of redirecting our energies in a new way, in another way. And it has so many side effects, and it might work hours later. You might do this exercise in the middle of the storm, you don't feel anything, but maybe later in the evening you sit with your family and then somehow you feel more calm and relaxed. And that's why I really highly recommend to continue doing it, and just in this simple way. Don't try to meditate, don't try to change the state, don't use it for a momentary relief. Just keep on going like this. Shoulders can drop. Ah, okay, yes, once again. And again, you don't want to be fixed on this. You don't want to do it all day long, because then what happens? Your attention will be there. Then again, you will cause the opposite, because you're too hyper focused on this mean. In the beginning, you will kind of be over focused, but the more you practice it, the more you will be able to just push the button. And let's say you're in the kitchen doing the dishes, find yourself, I'm tense, so I'm so tensed again, and I'm allowing to self and continue. It's more relaxed. I'm more in the flow, because I go even further in describing what it does to your body. Is when the shoulders are holding, we learned today, the neck is fixed, so no energy can flow because it's blocked here. It's blocked here because we are fixing our chest, and when the chest is fixed, what happens? We can't breathe properly. And when we hold here, the whole spine is also fixed. So when When we drop the shoulders, more space in the neck, more space for breathing, and of course, more grounded. Because when we're holding ourselves up here, the hips and the legs are tensed. When we allow to relax here, and with this practice, the sensation and symptoms are corresponding. And it means this is the information to the brain, to the subconscious brain. Wow, this woman or this man is relaxed while he's experiencing these sensations. And this is a real good message of safety, because when we have the empowerment with simple means to relax ourselves, even in the storm of it, this is such a good information for the brain, and we will definitely benefit from it. And the more you don't expect direct results, fast results, but keep on going consciously with this kind of attitude. You just do it every now and then. And through this, new neural pathways can build in yourself, and you will become calmer with time. And in the beginning, it still might be a roller coaster. You have some moments where it perfectly works, or it works a little bit later, and you see, this is the work I did, I see the result now. But then you might have periods of time where it doesn't work at all, and there's no real answer to it. It might be because you want too much, so you can observe yourself, are you really doing this simple exercise, or are you forcing yourself with your own mind? And if you do so, come back to the simplicity of this exercise again and again and again and again. So you do this, you calm yourself down by this. Here is the symptom comes and wants to hit you, but you are here in this kind of flow and you allow the symptom to come. But your presence is in this way of being with yourself, and the symptoms just come. You let them go through as good as you can. You don't fight them. You don't want to get rid of them. But you also don't allow them to take you over. This is very important. So it's just a matter, where is your attention? And you can lose it. You might lose it. You might say, this causes strong pain right here now, and you're caught up for a moment. It's okay. But then, okay, you can come back to, okay, shoulders drop. I will let my body as loose and limp as possible. And so with time, this kind of practice will become stronger and stronger. All right, so, as everything I share here, it really lives with repetition. So don't give up when it just doesn't work in the first couple of days or even weeks. Do it constantly for a week or two, and then see what results you make. And if you make any results, please put it in the comments below and subscribe to the channel if you want to have more helpful content like this. And a thumb up is always nice. And yeah, I wish you a nice practice and stay on course. You are your own master and you will get out of the other side. This is for sure, with continuous implementation. So, bye for now.